You could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They'll run with Cook. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll look to run with Singletary. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Singletary again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Bengals are going to get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
Here we go. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd.
Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Tyler Boyd.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. McPherson now for the extra point.
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Here's Allen to throw it. And Diggs has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's complete to Diggs. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 38 yards.
And the Bills have cut it back within a score.
I I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That's the tight end Hurst with it. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown Bengals. Hayden Hurst, 40 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And McPherson on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Bengals 20, Bills 7. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Inside handoff to Mixon. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, You got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Here we go. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Touchdown. Hayden Hurst with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
On third down, Burrow. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. Here's Burrow. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now Burrow on first down. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
To the air again, Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards out, left hash. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Bengals drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. After the pick 6, here's Burrow again. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Here we go. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 47-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Gun. First down, Cincinnati.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Here we go.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Isaiah McKenzie, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken a 4th quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Throwing, Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Singletary to get the drive started. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass, yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, move me. Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, movie. Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, high swing, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. It's not a game, it's not a game. Banging on your chip when I come through the paint. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. Wins going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Now Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And again, it's Allen. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Allen going to try and throw on third down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
Makes the score Bills 7, Bengals nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 42.
the play fake. He'll look to throw.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
That's the linebacker, Matt Milano, getting up and stopping him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Another try for Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bengals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those...
Down the numbers! There he goes! And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Dawson Knox, 73 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Bass on for the extra point.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Bills 14, Bengals 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mixing up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 25-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on first down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
McPherson on for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw again on second down. Allen. It's caught by Davis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver, Penalty flag had to come out.
56.
Allen now on first down. And complete right side to Cook. Touchdown! James Cook, 28 yards. And the Bills have broken the tie. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10.
11. 12.
Now Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Jair Elam makes the pick, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
56.
Here's Allen on first and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Bengals 14. Tyler Bass, the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. Here we go. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go, here we go.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Tre'Davious White with a pick. A nightmare of a first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will...
Touchdown! Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bengals 14. Tyler Bass is the kickoff for Buffalo.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Bengals 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the 2nd half. Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 2, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of... And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. But that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. So after the INT, it's Allen. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further.
14.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
On 2.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On first down, Allen into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 1st down. Here's Burrow going up top. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 72 yards. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. That's caught at the 2. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going and get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up. You end up throwing a pick. Everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 38, Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their...
And my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Tyler Bass for the kickoff for Buffalo.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
On one, right?
Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Can.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They're going to look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
He's got the first down and more.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He's got it, hit the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Allen to throw it. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From just shy of midfield, Allen.
Big strides, look at him go.
Touchdown! Dawson Knox, 49 yards.
And the Bills up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
Here we go.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase. 42 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are an extra point away from going up by 30. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Bills 64, Bengals 34. Tyler Bass will be kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
On one, ready?
From midfield now, Burrow. Man, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On one, ready?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, it's Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. The 20. 5. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. As a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
On 2.
Second and goal from the 1. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And boy, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.